We're at the Beyond Banking 2023 conference. I'm sitting with Margaret Nienaber, the Chief Operating Officer of the Standard Bank Group. And you just wrapped up your panel discussion around sketching the landscape of South Africa. We've had quite a busy last couple months, lots of risks, but also opportunities. And one thing that I picked up from your talking points was that Standard Bank's quite bullish on Africa. Maybe you can give us a little bit of context. What are those opportunities that Standard Bank is excited about?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so I think Standard Bank now, less than half of our earnings are now coming from South Africa. So we well diversified into Africa, as well as I think offshore into Jersey and Isle of Man. And so those jurisdictions outside of SA collectively make up roughly now just over 50% of our earnings. And I think that we are bullish on the African continent and where it's going and what the opportunities are. We know that there are countries who face sovereign risks, and we monitor that, but I think if we look at it on a balanced portfolio, we think that diversity is working for us, and we can carry it where there are countries that are in trouble. We can carry it through the other portfolios. We saw that with Ghana last year. It didn't have a material impact on our results because of the diversification into 20 countries on the continent. I think one of the big challenges that we face on the African continent is within the parameters of ESG. And so the impact of climate change on Africa is material, yet we are such a small contributor towards the problem. So there's a little bit of inequality in that regard. And so I think that we've realized that Africa has got to stand up for itself, and we've got to pull our powers together to make sure we make it work. And I think that's happening. And I think, if you look at the partnerships taking place between the private and public sector, I think it's very encouraging to see the level of collaboration. And probably one of the biggest opportunities that we have at the moment is around the energy crisis. And so we know specifically in South Africa, load shedding has got a big impact on us. It's got a big impact on our businesses. Touch wood, we believe it's getting better, and we can see that positive sentiment coming through. As a result of what's been happening around the world and the financial pressure, the dollar has been a safe haven, and we believe that as the world starts normalizing into 2024 and 2025, there will be renewed interest back into emerging market currencies. And so we actually do see rand strength coming through over the next couple of years, specifically also towards the end of 2023, so immediate benefit. But the biggest opportunity is the commercialization around the energy crisis. And if we look at, there's a long list. It's not just renewable energies. It goes from renewables to lithium to a long list of things where there are opportunities, billions of dollars for us to grow the African continent and for it to prosper economically. And so we think finding that balance, managing the environment, managing net zero, but also turning it into a commercial opportunity is actually right now happening. And so I think to a large extent, Africa can become a thought leader, and South Africa, because we've been forced into this crisis around energy, and specifically here back home around load shedding. And if we look at how we're starting to show up for our clients in terms of helping them with their own renewable solutions, I think it's becoming a win-win. And so we're actually quite excited about that. But I think the magic across the African continent is its diversity, which means that if certain parts don't do that well, it'll be carried by other parts. And as a collective, I think we will continue to prosper and grow.
No, great. I think the point you make about striking the balance between economic growth and environmental sustainability is a brilliant one. And I definitely see that coming out more and more as we delve into ESG. So thank you so much, Margaret, for your time.
Thank you.
And enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you very much.